Hello guys and welcome to a new video. Today we will be discussing about enums or enumerations. Enums are nothing but constant values, which means these are fixed values that cannot be changed. Enum can be used to replace the constants itself and can be created similar to that of a class. Enums are very useful when you're working with constant values that we don't need to change throughout a program. To implement enums in program, in Visual Studio it's very easy. If I go to this Explorer and if I just right click in the new Java file, we can see here it says enum. If I just click on it, it creates a new enum name. So if I let's say days, we have now created a public enum days, which means this is now an enumeration. Here we can only define constant values. So let's say if I define, let's take from Monday then. Let's define Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and let's say now these are all constant values. So these are all enum values, let's say. Now I want to create, let's say, a private in, um, let's say code. Now let's just create day itself and let's give it a int code. Create it now. This dot code is equals to code. Now you can see error here because we have not defined any code for this. So this is now a constructor for the enum days, which means we should also start all these values in the same way that we have defined this constructor. So let's give code for each of these values. Let's say 0, let's say 1, 4, 5, and let's say 6. So we now have 7 weekdays that have all these values. Now let's write a method to actually get the day. Let's say public void get day. And this all we need to do is return the code value. Oh, sorry, I have used void here. Void cannot return anything. Let's just say public void int get day. So now we have returned the code. This is now an enum. These are all constant values that we have defined as itself. So if I go to a new program and in the main function, if I just create, now let's create an instance of that days enum. Let's say days day is equals to, remember that with enums, we cannot use the new keyword. So all we need to do is days, let's say dot, we can go Monday. This is enum and how we have instantiated the enum. And also always remember that we can never use the new keyword with enums. So here we have chosen the day Monday, but here we have not implemented any code for the Monday itself. So there's nothing that points out or that gets out much. So if I just create now ness out, and if I say days dot Monday dot get day, let's say, if I try and run the program, you can see the output 0. The 0 is the value that we have assigned to Monday in the code or the code value itself. Enums, you should remember that we create a constructor to assign values to these enums or the enum values itself. So whatever the constructor syntax is, which means here we have given int code as its input or the parameter, we should do the same for the names that we are assigning at the start or all the names that we are giving as constants. So here we can see that in this program we have tried to get the getDay method which returns the code of that specific day. So here we can see that it is Monday. The code of Monday is 0. And if I try it again for a different day, let's say do Sunday. And if I just try to run the program, you can see it returns 6. So you can work with enums in different ways. You can actually take the code as the integer value, and then you can give string inside. So if you say 0, it can return Monday. You can also try that. You can try many things with enums in Java. Enums are a very interesting topic in Java, so you should be trying these in your programs and try to implement them in your simpler instructions or simpler programs. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.